There we go. So you'll just have to press OK on the screen just to allow us to do that. Obviously, we're not sharing it with everyone. It's just if there's customers that are interested in watching that couldn't make it today. So we're going to adjust the screen there. Hopefully you can see our lovely display of Thermomixes. Is anyone jealous of all the Thermomixes that we have on the screen there? Okay, very good. Off to you.
So I'm going to make a start on the steamed pudding. So this is a recipe you can find on Cookie Do. Okay, so in my bowl, I'm going to add an egg. So obviously everyone knows what an egg looks like, so pop that in.
We hope so anyway.
And it asks for caster sugar. I've made this recipe a couple of times and I always endorse just raw sugar. In most cases will work just fine. And popping on the lid. 1 minute, it's just going to cook that at 37 degrees. So it's just going to start that process off to whisk the contents for the pudding on as well. So while it's doing that, I've got here my steaming. So this is the steaming Varoma dish. And then they're going to be cooking on the top in the little moulds. Now I've got these little dariole moulds from the mix shop. They really are fantastic because I don't even grease them. I just sort of wash them out in the dishwasher after they've been used and they're sort of ready to go again. So this dessert will make, it says 4, but I've found that it makes easily 6. So I'm using 6 of this size dariole mould.
So they come in that little,
little
so
tube, tube that you buy. I think there's actually 8 of them in there altogether, but I'm just using 6 today.
Great. And we've got, I have a slide for later as well, just to show any of the mix shop items that we are using today. So if you want to get your hands on anything, you've got the information there. So.
Okay, so next we're putting in our pumpkin, which becomes a really sweet, delicious, but not over sweet dessert. You can't taste the pumpkin. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir through. And again, on goes the lid. And we're just going to give that a good mix on for 15 seconds. Or really it's called mashing. It's actually mashing the pumpkin into the eggs and into the sugar. Right. So now we've really just got a sort of a liquidy base.
For everyone who just joined us, we're just doing some steamed pumpkin puddings to start with because they will take the longest to cook. And then we're going to continue on with our array of Thermomixes here with our 4 dishes for today.
Now it's asking for sunflower oil. It basically means a lighter style oil. I'm actually using grapeseed today because that was the lightest in flavour I had available.
Sally's using her yogurt jars there to transport the oil to my house today. That's where we are. They're handy for all sorts of things, the yogurt jars.
Very quick mix, as you can see, really fast to just put that all together. Next is the flour. So again, I actually have a gluten-free household, so I'm using gluten-free flour today. Oh, hello, Janelle. So either or can do. So this is just a gluten-free flour from the Macro or the White Wings brand, but you can use just normal flour as well. So they're all good as well. So I'll just pop that in. 1 teaspoon of baking powder.
And Sally, you're a bit of a sweet tooth, aren't you?
You know what? We do have desserts. It must be the English in me. The English, or I was brought up to, you know, what's the pudding? Well, pudding is when you've eaten your dinner. So pudding was sort of served next. So yes, I'm used to a lot of these jam style steamed puddings in the wintertime. Pineapple upside down. Okay, so the flour and the baking powder's gone in. So just again, 3 seconds to just give that a quick mix and a whisk. And again, a quick scrape down. It doesn't really need it, but I'll just have a little look. Yeah, just that down. Again, one more mix. Gluten-free flour is nice and fluffy. Okay, so now I've got my mix done, which looks like so. That will be poured into the little dariole molds. Thank you, Lyndall. But first, I'm going to fill these with their filling. So really in each one, at the base of the pudding is going to be like whatever you like, whether, you know, this one is walnuts and raisins and jam, but you can switch and swap. So what I've got is, I'll just put it on here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got here, following the recipe, but I have done different combinations before. I've got raisins and walnuts because that's what I had at home. You could use sultanas, figs, dates, anything at all. So I'm just going to pop it in a little bit in each one.
A dried sour cherry or something would be nice too.
Yes. Again, back to my pineapple one, so you can pineapple.
Yes. Any fruit you
just
like.
Basic jam can work too.
Yes. What jam are we using today?
We're using, it's supposed to be apricot, but again, I'm using what I've got at home, which a friend gave me a jar of canned kumquat. So that's quite similar too. So that's the jam I'm using today. It's a orange and kumquat jam. So again, anything you've got at home, whether it's a marmalade, whether it's any sort of jam you've got will do as well. Just putting a dollop or a tablespoon of that in. Throw it in here.
Has anyone made jam in their Thermomix? I know that's not something that I have done yet.
And next I'm just going to pour in now to the, you can see my mix, and I'm just going to pour that into my moulds.
Oh, it's a nice runny mixture, so that'll be easy.
Would you mind putting 700 grams
of water? I can do that.
Move on to that actually, I'm thinking. Or you could use my spare bowl behind you. Just to get it going. So just keep it moving. Okay, so there's the 6th one going in. I'll show you how it all looks. There we go. Scales. And so our pumpkin is all ready to go. We've got 6 of these little ramekins, and I'm just going to cover it with some wet baking paper. That's so when the steam starts happening, all the drips don't go into the ramekins as well. There. And then we're just going to throw that wet baking paper which is in there. Thank you. So the secret is you kind of wet this in under the tap and then give it a scrunch. Pop that on top. It does say to tie a bit of string around it, but hey, you know what? I'm all for ease, saving time, so all good. Lid goes on. And we're ready to steam. So these are going to steam for 45 minutes. There's plenty of other recipes I've got that actually are done in much less time, but this is the steamed pumpkin one. It does create a lovely fluffy pudding result. So while that's cooking, we'll move on to the next recipe and we'll go from there.
So just another idea from the mix shop as well. These are also available at the mix shop. I'll have those on the PowerPoint later, but these ones fit perfectly in the Varoma. So this one sits in the bottom in your bucket, I should say. It's not really a bucket, but you know, in that one. And then this one sits on top on the tray. So you can actually get, so it's actually 13 little mini puddings out of these ones, and they're just silicone. So they're really handy to have as well. All right, so moving on, we're going to make a, I might move this up just a touch. There we go.
There you go.
All right, so I'm going to make a Stew actually is what I'm doing. I was going to go on to the porridge. That's not what we're at. Okay. So I'm making the creamy mustard chicken stew. So once again, this is a nice quick one to do. Ingredients might help me. Thank you.
Going to the social.
So,
yeah.
Can everyone see there? I'm just going to move this back around actually now that I'm not right there. So 30 grams of olive oil in there. Some plain flour just there. Okay, I've got some onions, so 100 grams of onions, and then 200 grams of carrot, and 2 garlic cloves, which are all in there now. So 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard. Perfect. Go. And some fresh thyme, which I've got there as well. Thanks, Sally. How good would it be if you had a Thermomix and an assistant in the kitchen at the same time? All right, so some thyme leaves going in there. Dried herbs are fine too if you can't get the fresh ones. I know sometimes we can't get them down here. So whatever you've got on hand.
Janelle's probably going to say, Janelle, you can get them.
Yeah, I was going to say you could get them from the farm where Sally does a lot
right,
of
Janelle and Davidson. I know there's 2 Janelles on today.
Yeah, Nathan's mum.
Yes, Nathan's mum. But
there we go. Chocolate. All right, so you're going to scrape down the sides. Go. All chopped and ready to go. All right, now we're going to cook that. 5 minutes. All right. Well, did you want to start on your fish while we're waiting for that? Fish. 5 minutes, yeah. Cool. Yes, I'll have a look. Here we go. All right. So any questions so far, guys? Feel free to come off mute. As I said, I can only check the chat when I just get over here. So, so feel free to jump off if you have any questions so far. But we'll just keep things moving. It means we probably will have several Thermomixes going at once, but very lucky to be able to do that. And obviously it's a bit hard to get up and personal and see the Thermomixes on the screen. I think everyone who's in here today has a Thermomix, is that right? Yeah. So you guys know what it looks like, you know what's going on, but just a little bit of inspiration for you today.
did you save it anywhere on this one?
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yes, sorry, no, it'll be in my week. So once again, we saved all of the recipes that we're doing. They're all from Cookie Do today, and we saved them all in our week so that we've got them nice and easy on hand to go through.
Okay, so this is a fragrant coconut fish kind of curry soup. It's absolutely delicious as a winter warmer. And it's also using the blade cover. So if you've got a blade cover, put your hand up or let us know in the chat. Yep, okay, Kelly's got one. Janelle and Davidson's got one. So yeah, let us know what you've made so far as well, so we can get an idea of what you've been cooking at the moment. But this is a great one to give you an idea of how it gets used as well. Yeah,
nearly everyone's got a blade cover. That's great.
Has anyone made this recipe before? Okay. All right. So we're just going to again do some chopping as the usual way is to get these recipes undergo. So it's 80 grams of shallot. I did get a shallot, which is kind of in the onion family, but you know, if I didn't have them, I'd just use onion basically. Anyway, so let's put that in. Actually, I think I didn't have quite enough shallot, so I've actually got a mixture of both. Okay, and then we've got the garlic cloves. Again, winter immunity, get that garlic going, double the garlic if you want to as well.
Does anyone else double the garlic in their recipes? I know I always do.
Ginger.
Yeah, I double it.
It's in a bowl. Oh, that's good actually. Hang on, I'm just going to find the chili. There it is. Oh, yeah, there it is. Sorry. Got two things hiding. Yeah, lovely. So again, on goes our lid. 3 seconds again. If you're not sure about Thermomix, but everyone's used it so far, this is where the beauty goes with the chopping.
That's right.
So again, the beauty of there. Gosh, that aroma of that chili.
Yeah, it's just the places, yeah.
Again, one more chop to make it nice and fine. Right.
Another 5 seconds.
Feels like forever. Yep, so again, it's just a little bit finer there. And now we're going to add our oil. Again, a neutral oil, so just we don't want it too strong flavour. Thank you. And this is going to just saute or cook along for 5 minutes to get that fragrant cooking down of the onions as well. So we'll just move that onto that. And we'll see where we're up to with everything else. So yes, just to recap, we're back. This one's cooking the creamy mustard chicken stew. And Lyndall has got 2 seconds to go on that one. This one, just to recap, we've got the steaming puddings going, which is in here. So that's steaming along now. All going ahead.
All right, so the next thing that it's asking me to do is put some potatoes in there. So I've got some maxi potatoes, but skin on. So less work. And some water. And we want a heaped teaspoon of chicken stock paste. I actually am going to be using vegetable stock paste today. So any of the recipes that ask you for a stock paste, the stock pastes are interchangeable, just like normal stock would be. And some salt. Perfect. And some pepper.
It smells amazing.
I know, we need smell-o-vision, don't we? All right, and then popping the lid back on. So we've got 12 minutes there on the potatoes. So Sally's got 3 minutes there for the fish curry. Might just run through some of those mix shop items that I have there while we're waiting. Okie dokie.
Still going.
So, there we go. Okay, so these are the mix shop items that we have been using today, or that we will be using. So Sally's going to use the blade cover for the fish, which it seems everyone has one, which is great. But the cost of everything there is on the screen. The only one that we have, a couple that we haven't covered already so far, the thermo jug. So this is great for if you've got sauces with your dishes that you need to keep warm. So the same as the thermo server, that you can get in a cooking experience as a host reward. These keep things warm for up to 2 hours. So things like you could use it for like a creme anglaise sauce and keep that nice and warm so it doesn't get that skin on it while it's cooling down. So if you were waiting for your puddings to be ready, you can pop it in that. Also things like, I know we use Diane sauce a lot for our steaks, so that definitely goes in there. So that's really handy as well. And that one's available in 2 sizes. This is the smaller size, so this is $29.95, and it comes in a bigger one as well. The Dariol molds that Sally is using at the moment for the steamed puddings, they're up there with the price as well as the Varoma ones that I showed you as well. The only thing that I don't have to show you today, but I thought might be really handy as a winter warmer suggestion, was the thermo flask. So that's $19.95 at the moment at the mix shop, and that would mean that you could take your soups and your stews and things to work and keep them warm like a thermos. All right, so just in case anyone didn't know, we've still got a minute and a half there with the fish, so we'll keep chatting. This is our June offer. Now this ends as of Wednesday, but you can get a mini kobold vacuum for just $49 with the purchase of a TM6. So if you have a friend or a family, or if you were interested in a second one and you would like to have this many on your bench as well, then you can definitely take advantage of that offer. Now, Sally actually has already earned herself this month a mini vac. So if you follow Sally, and we had her little handle on one of the slides earlier, she actually has a little video of her vacuuming her car, so you can have a look at how it works and how it goes. But yeah, Sally's already been lucky enough, well, not lucky enough, she's been successful enough this month to earn herself a mini vacuum there. So when we make some mess on the table with some flour and stuff later, she can vacuum it up, but she'll show you the vacuum there. You can have a look at it there. Sorry, you can show them.
Yeah, so here we go. That's my lovely little mini vacuum, and it's been awesome. It's really powerful, so we might give a show and tell in a moment when we have a bit of time
when we spool it up.
Yeah, so we'll go for that. But it's really handy. It actually sits on a little docking station on your wall in your garage, so really easy. Okay, so where are we? Up to the blade cover. So we'll insert the blade cover. So our beautiful
let me stop share, sorry.
sauteed vegetables are at the bottom. That's shallot, ginger and garlic. Here is my blade cover. So all it is it's easy as just popping it on top, and it just sort of sits on top of the blade. Beautiful. Very simple. Next we're going to add in our coconut milk. Mine's probably thickened up a little bit because it's quite cool where we are. This is actually a bit of cream and water. If you don't have coconut milk, you can actually make your own out of the coconut cream if that's all you have in the tin. Just want to need a bit of water. Yeah, so we're popping our water. There we go. It's not hot. There we go. Again, back to our veggie stock paste. I need a little tiny spoon because I've got a tiny jar. That's what I use for. Thank you. So again, I'm popping in a teaspoon of the vegetable stock. I hope you all have some of that in your storage already. If you don't, there we go. Sorry. There we go. Family fingers, and then I've got my red Thai curry paste. Again, you can make the paste as well. So if you have made the paste, let me know in the chat as well.
Yeah, they might have turned it there.
No, it's strange. And
And now come the vegetables. So I've got the sweet potato going in, and the lime juice. Okay. My brown sugar again to give that sort of sweet and sour flavour of those curries. So I've got my sugar and my salt all together in this one. And a little bit of black pepper, which is right here. And again, on goes the lid. And that's all going to cook away now for 20 minutes. Our last step is going to be adding the fish because it doesn't take long to cook as well. I actually also think I've not tried another variation, but if you weren't a fish lover, it's possible you could add chicken in at this stage, so it's giving that chicken cook time as well.
That's a good idea.
Okay,
Right,
so where are we up to?
So we've got 5 minutes here. I'm going to start on the porridge because that's how long it will take. It won't take long to pop the porridge on. So, right, we've got 1 red apple. And we leave the skin on and just cut it into quarters. So I've poured it, but that's it. And then we're going to chop that up. Right, so straight down the sides, but that's your chopped carrot, apple even. Carrot on the brain.
There is a carrot porridge actually.
There is. I haven't tried that one.
Yeah.
All right, and some rolled oats. So I've got 80 grams of that. Straight in. And 200 grams of milk. As well as 250 grams of water. $20 grams of sultanas. And a pinch of cinnamon, which I didn't grab, so I'll grab that.
Who else has made porridge before in their Thermomix? Because it is a real winner. There's a lot of, I don't know, my family, my kids' friends who love the porridge. If they're over, staying the night over, they might not be normally porridge lovers, but this seems to turn them around. So that's worth doing.
It is, it's great. And once again, such a great one for the those cold winter mornings to pop some porridge on. And now you've got 10 minutes where you can make your coffee, empty the dishwasher, have a shower, whatever it is that you're doing. I'm always running around after my son, so that's what I will be doing with that 10 minutes, making him toast because he wants toast. Yeah. But yeah, so yes,
my sister-in-law in Lyndall goes and actually has a walk. She puts the porridge on, goes for her walk, and then comes back and has breakfast.
Yeah, because it keeps it warm in the Thermomix anyway. So if you were finished and still wanted to continue to do something, then you definitely could do that. All right, so we've still got a couple of minutes on the potatoes there before the next step for the chicken stew. So we've got a question there. Oh, there you go. Coral makes porridge every morning. Did you used to do that before you had a Thermomix, Coral?
No, never. But I have to say I let mine sit for about 10 minutes because I like mine a bit thicker. Yeah. And it thickens up beautifully. And a drizzle of golden syrup or maple syrup on the top, yum.
Yeah. I like mine because it's one of those things with the porridge. Everyone likes theirs slightly differently. So when we have our porridge in the morning, I'll pour mine out first because I like it quite chunkier, whereas the others in their family want it kind of mushed up. So then we'll kind of make it blend a little bit, maybe for 2 seconds on speed 7. So yeah, there's lots of different variations you can do as well.
If you just click the screen, so it'll go to the next slide.
Okay, I'm just going to click the screen. Oh, there we go. So we're just setting up the technical kitchen. We were wondering if 4 Thermomixes was too much for the power board, and so it is. So we're just resetting the technical side of things now. So letting you know too what's up and coming with the Thermomix.
Yeah, so you might or may not have heard that you can that the Thermomix is having a price rise. So the TM6 is still at the introductory offer price at the moment because of COVID and everything that hit after the Thermomix was released. It never had its actual price rise that it was coming, and of course since then goods and services tax and things like that have gone up, so there is going to be a price rise. We do not know what that is yet, so we will know a bit more at the start of July, but about mid-July is when the price rise is coming. So what we can tell you is this month is the cheapest month that you will get your TM6. Now, all of you may have those. However, if you have friends or family who are sitting on the fence, who were waiting or wondering, you know, what deals were coming up or, you know, whether they were going to get a Thermomix, now is the time to act. So Thermomix is all about saving money in the first place. We like to save money with making things from scratch and creating all those pantry staples at home. However, the Thermomix at a cheaper price is only for this month and just some of next. So just a heads up so everyone knows. The other thing that's really exciting for the month of July is they are offering a half price business kit. So we are looking for members of our team, and I'm sure if you are from another area that the consultants in that area would love to meet you as well. But you can get your business kit for $62.50. So that is half price, and honestly, the things that you get in that business kit, it is 100% worth it. So we get the carry bag. You also get a thermoserver, which is worth $160, and the bread mat as well, which is $60 by itself, and the bag itself is $120. So, and then as well as you get your flip chart and your beautiful apron that we have here and your name tag and everything that you need to get started for your business is half price starting now and into next month. So if you would like some more information on that, please hang around afterwards and we would love to have a chat to you about that. But as I said, we would love to have you on our team. We have a lot of fun. We've been doing a lot of face-to-face demos and get-togethers lately, and it's been really lovely just to collaborate. And actually, I had a little bit of a story from the winter warmers and the puddings and stuff. So one of our consultants, she lives in Bombala, and she was snowding one night, and she sent us a message on the group chat, and she said, "Help, I need pudding. Someone help me with dessert. What can I cook?" So she couldn't go to Woolies. She couldn't, well, they don't have Woolies in Bombala, but she couldn't go to the shopping centre. She couldn't get anything else. So she messaged us, and I think we came back with what, like 10 different recipes. All of us just bam, 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 try this one, try this one. And that's the beauty of being a part of our team, and this team in particular, but any team, you know, we all love to collaborate and talk about the foods that we're going to be eating, and inspire each other through that. So if that's something that sounds of interest to you, then please reach out. All right. So
I thought I'll keep 3 going because we don't want to blow it again.
Oh, well, I just actually put
okay.
a new thing.
Oh,
so
okay.
it should
So
be
I've
right.
actually got one made already.
Oh, perfect. Good.
So which one is? Anyway, I thought I could just.
Yeah,
I'll
so
put it
pudding's
going
ready.
again.
That's good. Good. Yeah, good.
So just because, just so we don't fuse anymore, but we have set up another board now.
We have,
Just to show you to move it along a bit. I've actually already pre-prepared a little steamed pudding from the other day. So I'm just going to show you how easy, although I'm not sure now it's really gone cold, this one, because I made it yesterday, how easy it is. But all I do is I just sort of push down with a spoon, really, this one, and I'm just going to turn it upside down.
Oh, yum.
So generally it should sit. It's going to fall over this one. So I'm going to just sprinkle it like it says with cinnamon and sugar. It's a bit raised, so even though it's gluten-free flour, it beautifully was fluffy. So you can just see. Oops, there we go. Do it this side. And just see how lovely that is. And then I just sort of dust that with icing sugar and cinnamon. And like we did the other night, you can make a custard in your Thermomix. Sugar dusted.
That looks lovely.
like so, and then that could be then served with ice cream, yogurt, custard, you name it, and it's a delicious winter dessert.
Lovely.
Okay.
All right, so we're on to the next step of the chicken. So I've got 800 grams of chicken breast here cut into cubes. So we'll pop that in here. Sorry, I'm probably blocking the camera there. There we go. No, nothing yet. So I'm just cooking it. Okay. All right, so I'm going to cook that now. There we go, and 10 minutes on that one.
Lovely.
So what else? Yeah, if you wanted to pop the puddings back on, you can. I've got the boards are separate. I thought that might happen with the electricity, but anyway, that's okay. So we'll go back to our
Yeah, okay, so I can do this one.
Yeah.
Soup. So we're almost ready for the next stage 2 of the
Oh, good. Yeah, perfect.
coconut. Right. So again, we've got the never do this one except for tipping it upside down. So there's my sweet potato and vegetables all cooking lovely in there. It smells amazing. So into this dish, I'm going to pop in the cherry tomatoes. Janelle Davidson will be saying tomatoes. You know why? Okay. And then we've got our spinach.
This is a great one with lots of veggies. Hey, Sal.
Yes, you could definitely add all sorts of extra veggies as well if you wanted to. This is my fish. I just bought this from Woolworths. I just make sure it's deboned and skinless as well. So for a soup, I don't think, it's just a mild fish that we got. That was a ling, I think. And again, I'm just going to push that down a little bit because the bowl's quite full.
And I haven't made this recipe that Sally's making either. I know she's made it several times. It's one you guys enjoy a lot, isn't it?
Yes. And 10 minutes, and there we go.
Yeah. All right, so I've got the porridge is now ready. So just show you what we've got there. There we are. So our porridge with our apples and our sultanas. So some extra fruit there for maybe a fussy eater. So I'm just going to serve it up. So it's just to pour it straight into a bowl. And then to serve, we are going to use some flaked almonds. So I'll pop those on top. As well as a drizzle of honey. So there's our porridge there. Try not to tip it on the computer. But that's a lovely winter breakfast that we've got happening there, which I will probably eat afterwards.
Great, that looks delicious.
Yeah.
Any other winter breakfast that anyone makes that they enjoy?
Just trying to think what else I usually have. Has anyone made an omelette in their Verona? You can steam your eggs in the top. So especially with the liners, the Verona liners. There you go. Janelle must have done an omelette in her Verona. Perfect. So that means that you don't get the egg all sitting in the grooves. The liners, you can get them with holes and you can get them without holes, and you can just crack your eggs into it, or scramble them first, pop them in, and then pop whatever ingredients you want on top and steam those for a really lovely quick breakfast without actually having to stand over the stove, which is really handy as well. What else have we got breakfast-wise?
Breakfast, there is one, but I've not tried it. Apparently it's called an oatmeal There's a raspberry or berry oatmeal, so they're another idea.
Yeah, nice.
You can make, there's Chinese drinking porridge, there's the chia pudding style, so there's quite a lot of different ones that you
I
can
always think of chia pudding
inventive
for,
with. Yeah.
for summer, but that's
Yes.
okay. So we have some recommendations now. I did skip a slide actually, so I'm going to go back. This one here. So looking at cooking experience. Now, all of you guys have Thermomixes, however, there is still benefits of having a cooking experience. Obviously, you are eligible for host rewards when you invite just two other people, as long as they're from different households. You are eligible for a host reward. So you could get a discounted host reward. So you've got thermo servers, you've got bread mats. Actually, this month is the last month that you can get your hands on the mini thermo servers. So if that was something that you wanted to do, then get in contact with your consultant today, because we can book something virtually and that would count for a host reward as well. But you can get the blade cover between now and the end of July as well. But also a learning experience. So say you hadn't used your aroma, or there's, a dish that you're a little bit nervous about cooking by yourself, we are more than happy to come and help you with that, and to keep you going with your inspiration, and to make sure that you're getting the best out of your Thermomix. So that's a really handy thing for you to have. And we love coming and seeing you and seeing what you're cooking, because we get inspiration from you guys as well. So we do have some recommendations from the rest of the team who aren't here today, but they put some recommendations together for you guys, just some other ideas for the winter warmers. We've obviously done 4 dishes today, but there's plenty more. So the easy everyday white bread, the mulligatawny soup, and the white chocolate and coconut rice pudding. Rice pudding is definitely a winter warmer. I think that's absolutely on par with that one. Also, the chicken drumsticks in spicy puttanesca sauce, the kid-friendly butter chicken. Now that is definitely a winner as well.
Good for the family as well.
Yeah, not too spicy.
It's actually really good for everybody.
And really quick too, isn't it? It's a quick one. And baked pumpkin and beef stew. We also have the Irish potato soup, which I made the other day, actually. It's beautiful. It's really nice. And the creamy chicken and sun-dried tomato pasta. Now, I'm actually doing that at a cooking experience this afternoon. The all-in-one pasta dishes for the Thermomix in Cookie Do. They're just incredible. It just blows your mind that you can cook the pasta in the sauce, have it all done, one pot, pop it in the dishwasher, and you're done. So also the beef and mushroom hot pot. Also a good one. You can't go past pie in winter. Gratin dauphinoise. Now that is a fancy word for potato bake, but it is amazing. You start the potatoes in the Thermomix and pop them in the oven, cook it off just for the end, but it makes your potato bake super quick, and it's really tasty. The molten caramel centre muffins. Now I haven't made these, but these are definitely on my list to do. And the chickpea and turkey meatball soup, which is definitely a winner from Sal. She loves that one. So I will go back to our cooking now. So stop sharing. So what have we got finished?
Yeah, where are we up to? So my puddings have just finished.
Janelle is loving the turkey chickpea as well.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh yes, thank you.
I know. Coral made the Irish potato soup. Was it last night?
Yesterday, and it's the bomb. Love it.
Yeah, I must do that one. Sounds really good. So again, whenever you're using your aroma, if you haven't done before, because of the steam, you just want to take the lid off away from you, so the steam is not going to
burn your face. We don't want to burn
facial.
A facial, yeah. Well, that might work sometimes.
Again, I've got my aroma little paper, which I'm just going to take to the side. And I'll just show you how they're fluffed up. And again, that's quite amazing for gluten-free flour, but they do fluff up a lot. And yeah, they're all ready to eat, basically. So, and that also works as a tray underneath to catch drips. So there you go as well. So yeah, so that's yeah, the steamed pudding. Give them a go. There's lots of different types as well on the Cookie Do. Whether
they do feel really fluffy.
Yeah, toffee puddings, sticky date. Again, there's that lemon steamed puddings, which are very quick, but they're from the Quirky Joe book, not on Cookie Do. There's others you can make.
The banana ones with the ginger creme glaze
nice.
underneath. That's really good too. I mean, there's so many possibilities.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
Ask us. We can tell you a zillion desserts when we're asked.
Yeah, so we'll pop those aside.
Perfect. There we go. I can move it.
So we've got the next one coming up is the creamy.
Yes, so I think we're going to add some cream to the chicken, and then we're just about done with that. So we're just about finished up with everything today. We're on 31 out of 32 here and 22 out of 26 here, so we're not far off. But is there any questions while we're just finishing off? So any questions or any recipe suggestions? We'd love to have suggestions from you guys too. What have you been cooking that's been great? Doesn't have to fit with the winter warmers theme. It could be anything. We'd love to hear.
I've done the pumpkin risotto.
Oh, you want with the bacon?
Oh, yes.
Quite a few, but I always roast my pumpkin with a sprinkle of curry powder on the pumpkin, and it's really nice. I add extra pumpkin to it, and it just makes it really, really, really yummy. Yeah.
Great variation, actually.
Yeah. I prefer that one too, Kel, because it just adds a little bit more flavour. But that recipe is my son's favourite. He loves pumpkin bacon.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
My granddaughter loves it. It's her favourite, little Zali. Yeah.
Oh, good. Zali loves it. That's good when you get them.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great. And Coral, chicken corn leek pie. Oh, yum.
Is that the Simply Delicious one? I think that must be from Simply Delicious, isn't it?
It's off Cookie Do.
Yeah, I think it's the Simply Delicious one because I make that at home too. That's one of my
the shortcut pastry is so easy to make.
Helen, I'll go back to the recipe so you can see. It was just so the only thing that you might have to do is fiddle with your filters on Cookie Do. So that does really help sort of broaden the recipes. So if you keep English ticked on your filters but take off Australia, it'll unleash about 8,500 recipes. So that's probably where I found that recipe, but I'll go back to share screen so you can see it. Okay, go here. So molten caramel centre muffins. And I think they're made in the little ramekins, but that's definitely something. It did have dolce delish. Is that how you say it?
Yes, dolce leche, but I'm not sure either.
But you can actually make that in your Thermomix too. So you could make that in the Thermomix first and then put it in the molten caramel centre muffins. But yes, that's another one that's definitely on my list to try.
And Kelly's making the seafood risotto and gluten-free lemon tart.
Oh, I know where Sally's going tonight.
Yeah, I've also heard, I haven't made the seafood risotto, but I've heard it's amazing. And I think Janelle Davidson and I have done that one in the past, and it's also a delicious one to try, and the pastry is a winner too. So there you go. We're going to serve up so you can just see how they present.
Perfect. So
and then we are ready to say goodbye.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we can pop that. That's the fish.
Yes. Okay. What I might do is just lift it and move it that way.
Oh, yes, perfect.
So I'm just going to move.
We've hidden all of our mess behind the Thermomix, so you didn't have to look at it.
Okay, so thank you. So I'm going to use my thermo server and pop it into there. So again,
do you heat your thermo server with hot water first?
Definitely, yes.
Yes.
Yes,
okay.
Definitely will give it that extra little bit of insulation to keep hotter as well. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So one trick you find, because if I was to pour all of that in, it would sort of splash everywhere. So I just sort of use my spatula to sort of guide it, and it really does help with the splash effect. There's my blade cover. Now that just sort of, it is a bit of a, what would you call, balance, but I'm just sort of using my spatula again just to catch and release the ingredients underneath the blade cover, like so. And now I'm just going to give a little bit of garnish to make it look pretty. Do that. Just putting on a little bit of coriander. And I know Janelle Davidson was mentioning about herbs. If you are from the Bega Valley, we do have Farm on the Green with fresh herbs that you can come and buy as well. I did notice how expensive they were at the supermarket, and it's $3, I know, for that time, for example. So you can always just pop in and see us. We are there on a Sunday morning. Okay, so I'm just going to drizzle and hope it looks like the picture.
And Sally, do you guys do at the farm? Do you do packs still?
We do
packs, and
we do have mystery. We do, but we're doing the mystery box for winter.
Ah, nice.
So that's a good way to sort of think about getting your mindset about what you've got available and then what recipe you can find to cook too.
Yeah, which is great for Cookie Do, because you can just type in the ingredients that you have. So sticking with things that are seasonal is always best, because you get the best of that product, and it's not necessarily coming from overseas. So that's really handy.
Are we able to do a little balancing act?
You might be able to. You're right with the How about I just go like this?
There we go. So as you can see, the coconut
That looks lovely.
soup is
Yum. Yeah. Okay. So now I just have to serve up our chicken stew, which is done. I'll put it in here.
okay. Let me help as well. Are you okay? Where's your satchel to catch it?
Oh, I didn't. I'll just
Lyndall's
I'll just have it splatter all over Sal. She won't mind. It's okay. Okay. All right. So there's that. And I'll just pop a little bit of thyme on the
A bit
top.
of time for the effect as well. Oh my goodness, that smells amazing, Linda.
Yeah, I haven't made this one either. Talk about doing things on the fly. That's what I tend to do. But it looked good, and I used this dish for all the promo photos for our class. So I thought we better do something from those. But yeah, I'll pop some thyme on top here. That's a really big sprig, isn't it?
Smells great.
Oh,
Those
right.
extra just garnish of herbs do really give that kind of quality of the dish that everyone loves, because it's just fresh.
There we go.
So
And
fresh.
I will
Okay, so here we go. Another little
dip. There we are. So that is our creamy mustard chicken stew. All righty. There we go. So that has us done for today. I'll just pop our screen back on share so that I can
yes.
say
And
farewell.
any questions at all from
Yeah, please
anyone?
stay
I
on.
hope that gave you some inspiration for winter recipes. You've now got a breakfast, a dessert, and a couple of lunches or dinners. Great.
And all in less than an hour. I mean,
Well.
to be fair, we do have 4 Thermomixes going, but that's just to aid us in the time to show you, because no one wants to sit around for 3 hours and watch us cook. I mean, you might if you want to, that's fine. But pop this on. Just play that. So thank you for your time this morning. We do really appreciate when people jump on and support us. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. We're hoping to have some face-to-face cooking classes as well. So if you are on the far south coast or the Cooma area all the way up to Batemans Bay, please let us know if you would like to come and see us, and we'll do face-to-face cooking classes, and you guys can get in on it and see it a little bit more up close and personal. But we really enjoyed having you here today, and we hope you've got some inspiration. And we'll see you again next time. If you do have any questions, please feel free to stick around. We'd love to chat to you. Yes, well, hang on, have a look at the chat, sorry.
And if you want to, stay around. If you want to hear the vacuum or see more about
yes.
vacuum, put your hands up.
Absolutely,
Let me know.
absolutely. Very good.
I'll bring it to your
worries.
house, Janelle, next week. Janelle Davidson.
Perfect.
Thank
Oh,
you.
good. I'm glad you've got some new information. Thanks for
Yeah.
coming, Kelly, Helen, Gail. Perfect. Lovely.
Thank you, Kelly Squire, too. Appreciate it. I don't know if you're in Lightning Ridge or back this side of the
No, I'm home. I'm back in Brewerwater. I'm waiting. I've just brought a new car, so I'm waiting to collect that next week, and then I'm back to Lightning Ridge. But my machine will be coming with me this time.
Right. Are you working up there, Kelly?
That's right, 'cause
Traveling?
you-
Are
yes,
you traveling
she's-
all the way up to Lightning Ridge?
She's got
No, I go opal mining up there, so we've been waiting for an application to approve so we
I
can
can-
dig. So yeah,
My husband would just love to chat to you. We went and spent some time in Lightning Ridge
did,
last year,
yeah.
and
It's
he was
awesome.
obsessed.
They were there.
Yes.
You were there when Kelly was there.
Oh, really?
I remember, yeah. I
Oh,
remember.
wow. There you go.
Such a small
There
town.
you go.
Do you go to the
Yeah.
the baths, the hot springs?
No, too hot for me. I can't get in it.
It is really warm.
Far too hot. Yeah, I end up with Kentucky Fried Toes, I say.
Yeah,
It's just,
yeah. So
nice and
hot.
crispy. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
cool. It's a cool experience. We stayed at a I'm trying to think what the property was that we stayed at. Oh, what was it called? Carina Station.
Oh, where the eggs are.
Yeah. It was lovely. We stayed there, and you could stay and do some farming work,
Yeah.
or you could do
Yep.
whatever you wanted to do. But
Awesome.
it was really nice. We really
It is. It's a great place. Yeah. Yeah.
It's really,
Really
cool.
good.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, thank you for sharing, and thank you for coming today. That's really great. And drive safely when you go back.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for your demo, girls. It was really, really great.
Oh,
worries.
good. We're glad you got something out of it, Kelly, because I know you're always either on the road or but it's good we
A lot of travelling,
Well,
yes.
okay.
But I will be taking my machine so I can cook
Good.
up there this time.
And do you know how to put it in transportation mode before you take
Yes.
it? Done.
I do. Thank you. Yes.
Of course,
Yep.
because you've got a perfect, you've got the
Take it
best consultant on the
Don't
far
tell her
south
that.
coast. She's
You can always call me anyway if you need to.
very
Yes.
good customer care, so that's good.
Thank you, Sal. Thank you.
More than
Very
welcome.
good. No worries. Thanks everyone
Thanks,
for joining.
Janelle, for coming. Janelle Davidson and Janelle Brown.
Yes.
2 Janelles.
I'm
I'm
sure
Kelly. Thank you. And Helen. Thank you.
Lovely. Very
Thanks, like.
No
Okay.
worries. So if anyone wanted to ask any questions, please yell out. If not, we'll there you go. Check out Lost Sea Opal Jewelry. Yeah, cool. I'll have to do that. Very good. So we will end the meeting there. But thank you very much, and thank you, Coral, for manning the chat for us too. Very helpful. And we hope you've all gained something from it. All right. Very good.
My pleasure. Have a good afternoon.
Coral.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. See you.
Go.